Most startups don't fail because of a bad product. They fail because nobody knows they exist. At Published Narrative, we've seen incredible businesses disappear quietly while average ones explode overnight, purely because of PR. I've personally helped brands go from invisible to unavoidable. And today, I'll show you exactly how PR can accelerate your growth faster than ads ever could, including one strategy most founders completely ignore. Here's the thing. PR isn't just getting featured in news. It's a growth engine. Whether you're a startup founder, small business owner, or scaling brand, your biggest challenge is attention. And attention, when done right, turns into trust. And trust turns into revenue. I've worked with businesses that struggled for months. Then one PR breakthrough changed everything. So in this video, I'll break down exactly how PR works, why it's more powerful than you think, and how you can start using it immediately. And stay with me, because the final insight will completely change how you see marketing. Now, here's the first thing you need to understand. PR is not marketing. It's amplification. When your business gets featured in media, blogs, podcasts, or even niche publications, you're borrowing someone else's audience. And that's powerful, because instead of convincing people from scratch, you're stepping into pre-built trust. Let me give you an example. A small SaaS startup I worked with had less than 500 users. No traction, no buzz. We landed them just 3 strategic features. Not even massive outlets, just targeted ones. Within 30 days, they crossed 5,000 users. Same product, same team. The only difference was visibility. But here's where it gets interesting. Most founders focus on paid ads for awareness. The problem? Ads stop the moment you stop paying. PR compounds. One article leads to another. One mention leads to backlinks. One interview leads to partnerships. Which brings me to the next point. Now, listen carefully. People don't buy the best product. They buy the product they trust. PR builds authority faster than anything else, because when your brand is featured somewhere credible, it sends a signal: this company matters. Here's what most people don't realize. A single credible mention can outperform thousands of ad impressions. Why? Because it removes skepticism. Let me tell you a quick story. One e-commerce brand was struggling with conversions, tons of traffic, but no sales. We helped them secure a feature in a well-known industry blog. They didn't change the product, they didn't change pricing, they just added "as featured in." Conversion rate increased by 38%. That's not marketing, that's psychology. But here's the mistake most businesses make. They chase big media instead of relevant media. And that brings us to the next growth lever. Second, you need to understand positioning. PR isn't just about being seen, it's about being seen correctly. Because if people misunderstand your brand, visibility actually hurts you. Here's the framework we use at Published Narrative. 1. Message clarity. What do you want to be known for? 2. Audience targeting. Who needs to see it? 3. Media alignment. Where do those people already trust? Let me break this down. A fintech startup wanted to be seen as innovative, but that's vague. We repositioned them as the simplest financial tool for first-time investors. Suddenly, everything clicked. Media picked it up faster. Users understood instantly. Growth doubled in 60 days. But here's the most important part. Positioning isn't what you say. It's what others say about you. And PR controls that narrative. Now, the most important part. PR doesn't just create spikes, it creates momentum. Every feature, every mention, every backlink stacks. And over time, it builds something incredibly powerful. Search visibility, brand recall, market dominance. Here's what most people don't realize. PR directly impacts SEO. When authoritative sites mention your brand, Google sees you as credible, which means you rank higher. You get organic traffic. You reduce dependency on ads. I've seen businesses reduce their ad spend by 50%, simply because PR started driving organic growth. And this is where startups get a massive advantage, because you don't need a huge budget. You need the right story. So, let's close the loop from the beginning. Why do some startups explode, while others disappear? It's not product, it's not even funding, it's narrative. The fastest growing companies don't just build products, they build stories people want to talk about. And PR is how that story spreads. Here's the exact framework you can use starting today. Step 1. Define your unique angle. Not what you do, but why it matters. Step 2. Identify 10 platforms your audience already trusts, not the biggest, the most relevant. Step 3. Craft a story, not a pitch. People don't share features, they share meaning. Step 4. Leverage every win. One feature should lead to 5 more. Here's the insider truth most people never tell you. PR is not about getting attention, it's about owning perception. And once you control perception, you control growth. Let's break this down into 3 key takeaways. 1. PR accelerates awareness by borrowing existing audiences. 2. It builds authority faster than traditional marketing. 3. And it compounds over time, creating sustainable growth. Now that you understand how PR actually works, the next step is simple. Start telling your story strategically. Because if you don't define your narrative, the market will do it for you. If this changed how you think about PR and growth, subscribe to Publish Narrative, because I break down real strategies that give you a competitive edge every single week. And in the next video, I'm revealing how to get your first media feature, even if you have 0 connections. Until then, build smart, grow fast, and control your narrative with Publish Narrative.